Boy. There it is.
Gab, which song would you like?
Flatter Me. Woke up, so I woke up late.
Wow, live performance.
Hey,
Yeah, we don't have to go to
ready for the
Spotify.
next new test. Woke up, so I woke up blessed. Hey, ready for the next new test. What up, life? I see your mess. I'ma still grind till I get success. I'm working, I just wanna work. I'm learning, I'm earning all the things that I deserve. So why you trying to act cool? I don't even need you. You can't make me lose my breath. I'm focused, too focused. Attention on the road ahead. I'm sorry, boy, but you can't flatter me. I'm looking for that loyalty. No, games have never been my thing. That's just some immaturity. Don't waste my time while I'm shining. No boys allowed, be the real man, please. You can't flatter me. You can't flatter me. I'm measured in best version of myself. Add value, creativity. That's the mark I wanna leave. Don't mean to be intimidating, but I can't help it. I don't mind the waiting, and I'm gonna wait till I find what I waited for. A real man, I'll let fate open up that door. Open up that door.
The Big Play Reflog Show is brought to you by ShackNews.com. Shack News is the place to be for all your gaming needs with the latest news, guides, walkthroughs, and reviews. Like their featured article reviewing Ooblets, a new game that combines the genres of a farm simulator, monster collecting, and card-based dance battles into a fun, quirky adventure. And remember to check out their weekly Shack Chats, where the staff discuss topical events and games. And you can always join in on the conversation by using the Shack News Cortex. So if you're a gamer, Shack News is the site for you. Check them out on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch at the handle @CheckNews and @CheckNews.com.
It's time! Streaming live from Cleveland, Ohio, presenting the undefeated, undisputed heavyweight podcast of the world, the Big Play Reflog Show!
Okay, do you need medical attention? Yeah. What is wrong?
It's time! The Big Play
Welcome to the Big Play Reflog Show. What is going on, everybody? I'm not Nick Padone. I'm Big Play Dave alongside my favorite people, and we got a full packed house tonight. Chris, how you doing, buddy?
Not too bad. A little nervous tonight, though.
What's that about?
My daughter, my 15-year-old daughter, has started driving. So I brought her out on the road for the first time. And Dave, that was a little nerve-wracking. That was getting me set for Brown season right there. It just the whole time, me sitting there, not being able to directly influence things as much as I'd like, and just watching the car go down the road and hoping we don't hit too many mailboxes. And it was just so parallel to the experience as a Browns fan as I'm going down that road with my daughter.
Now, did she try to turn the radio on, and did you pull a dad and mom move where you go, no radio while we're learning?
No, I didn't do that. In fact, I had the radio on to my stuff. So, yeah. I was just so concentrating on the road and just making sure. And one of the things that she does is the exact same thing I remember I did as a kid is you pull the wheel naturally to the right So you're very close to that right line and hitting mailboxes. And so you don't really get too close to like a head-on collision. You're not hugging the middle of the road. But me sitting as the passenger, I'm just looking at these mailboxes coming straight at me, Dave. I'm going, don't hit that one, don't hit that one. And, I'd pull the mover, I'd take my left hand and put it on the steering wheel and move it back, like move it. Okay, there, don't hit this. So, but no, I survived. I survived the first one. She's doing really well, actually. So I'm very happy. But yeah, that's what drugs are made for. Experiences like that.
And Nick Padone. Nick, first time we can cheers in quite some time, brother.
I know. It's been a minute, but we're back.
Way to
We're
drop that
studio.
coaster. Nice work. Did you pass your driver's test the first time?
I did not. I failed maneuverability the first time. What's crazy was it was like a snowstorm because I have a December birthday, late December. So it was a snowstorm, and I wasn't even worried about hitting a cone. I was worried about hitting a snow pile. They had like right by where they have the maneuverability set up, they had like a big snow pile right next to it. So I was like, just a kid trying to pass his test, like freaking out. Like if I go too far that way, I'm going to hit the cone. But if I go too far that way, I'm in the snow mound. So I failed it and ended up backing over the cone and then went back and passed it the next time. So
there you go. That's not bad.
Dave, did you pass the first time?
I hit no cones, but I think I ran a stop sign. So no. I did not pass.
I was going to say that's an automatic fail right there.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. And then we've got our fourth member of the team, Gab Cruz, in studio running the board. Gab, what's up?
Hello.
Are you nervous
From
running
above.
the show?
I am. I'm trying to plan my next moves here.
Should we just leave you alone?
No, I think I got this.
What's that meme? It's like never let them know your next move. That's Gab right now.
That's right. All right, we got a great show. So we are going to kick it off with Power Rank Monday. We haven't done that in a while. Then on to Cleveland headlines, and then we will finish up the show with Stump the Flog.
A live Stump the Flog.
Live Stump the Flog. This is going to be very interesting. Let's go right into it. It is time for Power Rank Monday.
Power Rank Monday.
All right, Power Rank Monday is we're going college football. It's a hell of a weekend for college football, by the way.
Yeah, big opening weekend, man. It was a lot of fun.
You think Cade York was on the couch and he was just like
laughing?
Glad I got out of there.
Yeah.
I don't think any kicker's gonna laugh at another kicker.
How about Coach O? I think he was laughing.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
Go Tigers.
All right, so Horseshoe, Nick, you were there.
Yep.
How was it?
I mean, it was rocking, man. It was rocking. And there were a couple of 100,000 people. It was wild. Getting the Uber out of there was insane. I feel like that's how you know it was a good night. But yeah, good night for the Buckeyes. Ended up, I mean, it started as slow as it possibly could have, but was glad to see him pull away. And it was a good night at the shoe. We'll have a video dropping this week.
First time, right?
No, I was at like some really crappy, like noon kick once where they absolutely ran over some little team. I don't even remember who they played.
Definitely not Miami of Ohio.
No, I think it was a Big Ten team. I want to say it was Northwestern maybe. But this was definitely the biggest Buckeye game that I had ever been to with the primetime start. I mean, College Game Day was there. Crazy.
Did you see them dot the I? Did you show up early enough to see them dot the I and do the OHIO?
I did, Chris. I followed all of your advice from the show last week, man. We went to the Skull session. We saw them like process, kind of into the stadium from St. John's Arena. It was cool. It was definitely a cool atmosphere down there. Ran into Tyvis Powell, former Buckeye, at the Ozone tailgate. So yeah, it was a good time.
Did you notice the sousaphone player, the person who dotted the I
from Granville, Ohio? Yep.
From Granville, Ohio. How about that? My little hamlet.
Just a kid out of Granville, Ohio.
That's right.
Just a kid from Granville.
Oh, that's awesome.
I did think, I was like, we should try to get him on the show.
Yeah. He doesn't even follow me. I found out later. Here I was pumping his tires all over the place. This kid from Granville. He didn't have me blocked, but he didn't follow me either. So done with that.
What can you do?
Done with that kid. Screw him.
I'm gonna
Let's go
block you
on.
right now.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh,
Did you
Gab
see
just
that
blocked
maneuver?
Chris.
Wow.
Wow.
That was a smooth maneuver. Too.
Full power of the production booth here. All right, so we are going to power rank on this Power Rank Monday. Top 3 stadiums we would like to watch a college football game in. Let's each pick one. Chris, obviously you've been to the Shoe. Outside of the Shoe, where would you like to go? Have you been to any other ones?
Yeah, I've been to Notre Dame. I went up there. I saw
Oh,
Brady
wow.
Quinn play. I saw them play Stanford back in the day, and Brady Quinn was the quarterback at that time. And Charlie
that?
Weiss was out there. Just watching the majesty that is him walking around the players during warm-up calisthenics and seeing his large body just navigating through all these players. It was quite a sight. Quite a sight. And you got Stanford's tree out there kind of jumping around. It was a magical afternoon. It was a lot of fun there at Notre Dame. So that's definitely, if you haven't been there, that should probably be on your list. I would suggest it.
All right, that's historic. So one that you've never been to, where would you want to go?
Okay, you want me to go down my 3 here?
Yeah, if you've got 3.
Okay, I'll give you 3. Okay, off the top of my head. All right. Number 3, State College, Penn State, specifically during a whiteout. I would love to see the whiteout, do that whole thing. I think that would be an absolute blast.
Just the one red dot in the white.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Kind of the same thing. Number 2, going up to the big house. I've been to an Ohio State, Michigan game. Here, I went to Urban Meyer's final one when we slaughtered him in the second half.
Oh, that's sweet.
Here at the Shoe, and it was fantastic. It was with my dad, it was with my uncle, and it was with my grandfather. My grandfather had never been to an Ohio State game, let alone an Ohio State, Michigan game. So that was an outstanding experience. And then my number 1, just because of the history behind it, and also because, as we come into worse weather and into the fall and into the winter, it'd be nice to go out west and where it's still going to be nice. And that'd be the Rose Bowl. I'd love to go out to the Rose Bowl and see a game. And now, with USC joining the Big Ten, you have an opportunity to do that in conference, right? So there's my 3.
That's a good list. I think I would go SEC.
Okay.
And so I asked.
Oh, come on. Screw the SEC.
You got to go SEC
enough about
on one of these. No, you got to go SEC. So years ago, we interviewed Cole Kubelik, who's like the college football dude. I forget what channel he's on, but he's all over the place on the sidelines. I think that's his LinkedIn
Official
resume title. Yeah. And so I was like, one SEC stadium, which would it be? And he said the Swamp. Florida.
Oh, I believe it. That would be cool.
And so, cocktail party.
Yeah,
right
so
there,
I'm going to go with the Swamp as my addition to this Power Rank Monday.
Yeah, I think mine is Penn State too.
Really?
Yeah, just to be a part of that whiteout. I think that would be really fun. And then I'm like Chris, I think anything out west would be cool. LA Coliseum would be awesome. I'm just a sucker for warm weather. So especially when it gets that cold up here, I would love to go out west and catch a couple games out there. I have no desire to go in the big house. I know people are like, oh, It's a crazy stadium. It's so big. I don't it's Michigan,
Right. It's like going to a Yankees game. Like,
I have no real interest. Yeah, I could just watch it on TV.
Chris, if you had to pick SEC, which stadium would you want to go see? Would it be Bama?
That would be mine.
None of them.
Mine would
really?
Be, I would want to go to Bama.
Actually, it probably would be Bama because you want to go to the big boy right now.
Yeah.
And Bama is the big boy and has been for a while under Nick Saban. Local boy, Nick Saban.
Yep.
Or maybe
that would be the place, see all the Bear Bryant stuff.
Fun too. Really, any of those SECs did it. Even now that LSU isn't good, it might not be as fun, but LSU would be fun.
You say any SEC stadium. I've been to a Kentucky football game. You could go there and spend $10.
Chris, what'd you think of our Redhawks against Kentucky? They hung up. They were hanging with them for a good amount of time.
First half, we hung with an SEC team. Miami of Ohio did. I saw that. I was catching the score updates. I felt pretty good about that. Would have been nice for us to walk in and beat an SEC team.
It was a big week for the MAC. Bowling Green covered against UCLA.
Yep.
Kent hung around with Washington for a little bit. I think they put up 20 against Washington.
That was like Miami. Yeah, they hung out for a quarter and a half.
Yeah, that's all you want to see in those big money games.
Yeah.
Big week for the MAC. That's my week 1 takeaway. It was cool. Ohio State was cool. Defense,
which MAC
whatever.
school would you want to go to that you've never been to?
Would it be so basic to say OU? I've never been to OU.
Never even been to the campus?
Nope.
Really?
Nope. Never been.
Oh, you'll have to go to that
I
game.
don't know much about their football stadium.
Because I've been to Bowling Green. I've been to Kent. I've been to Akron. I've been to a lot of them because I covered Kent football.
What about
I never went
Gab's
to
Gab's alma mater, JCU?
That would be
football?
cool. I would like to go to JCU, like a big rivalry, like JCU Mount. That would be a lot of fun.
I always wanted JCU and Ignatius to play because it's like all Ignatius guys, just a little bit older.
Yeah,
I think that would be a great game.
Yeah, like the young kids that are kind of hungry, see if they could rise to the occasion. That'd be fun.
See, Nick, with Halloween coming up, you can go down to OU during Halloween. You probably never come back.
I'm gonna be downtown, man. That's Monday Night Football. I'm gonna be in Cleveland for that. Yeah, there's no way. No way I'll be down there for that. I'll be right up here, Chris.
Yes. All right. So we've got all right. So if we have to do our top 3 in total, I get 1. I'll go Swamp, so that can be 3.
All right, that could be 3. I feel like Penn State made it.
That's got to be 1 because that was 2.
Yeah.
So what's number 2?
Chris, what's number 2?
What was your other one? Notre Dame.
The big house.
Oh, the Rose Bowl.
The
Rose Bowl.
The Rose Bowl.
Rose Bowl 2. Penn State 1, Rose Bowl 2. 3 is the Swamp.
Gab, any that you would like to go to?
I would like to see Notre Dame. So I always ran a cross country meet in college there, the all Catholic meet, and we would see them like getting ready and stuff on that day. And I always thought it would have been cool if we could like stay to watch, but we always left too early. So, but like being on campus and feeling that buzz, I was always like, ooh,
yeah,
this would be sweet to be a part of and see.
Historic.
Yeah. I'd watch Rudy like 3 times. I'm just kidding.
I saw so many signs down there that was like, Rudy's not real. Catholics.
That's a great one.
Catholics over draft picks. Like all kinds of stuff like that.
Yeah, that's easy to make fun of them. All right, that's Power Rank Monday. Let's move into some Cleveland headlines. We got a lot to talk about. All right. Headlines brought to you by TSE Cleveland. Go check them out, tsecleveland.com. Nick is giving away an Amari Cooper signed Browns jersey.
It's a big item right there.
I was going through the list and I was like, that's one of the bigger items out there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
for a guy we've never seen.
That's the thing. We just haven't seen him yet. But if you think about like the things that the Browns have done this offseason, I mean, we were pumped at the time. It was like, man, Amari Cooper, like that was a big get. And then the Watson stuff happened and definitely overshadowed it. But
and people keep talking about how the Browns have the worst wide receiving core in all the league. People are forgetting about Amari Cooper. Yeah, he can be a number 1.
And technically, he was our 5th round pick. That's all the Browns gave up for him was a 5th round pick. So yeah, we'll see.
Yep.
But yeah, go win that jersey from TSE Cleveland. It's on my Twitter right now. Go enter. Go. All you have to do is retweet it, and yeah, you're in.
Follow Nick. Follow the show if you want to, and go get that jersey. Okay, so John Fanta tweeted out something. Now, I believe John Fanta was Ignatius play-by-play guy. His face looks very familiar at John_Fanta. He tweets out, Evan Mobley is 21, Isaac Okoro is 21, Darius Garland is 22, Jared Allen is 24, Donovan Mitchell is 25 for a couple more days. That's our core in Cleveland. God. Nick, I know me and Chris are excited about this trade. I know how excited you are as a basketball junkie, if you will.
Yeah.
Instant reaction when you heard this trade go through.
So anybody that knows me, I have Woj's notifications on. I actually have not told this story yet. My instant reaction. So I was on a call. Actually, I was on a call, and then like I had my AirPods in, and I saw the trade break, and I ripped my AirPods out and I threw them on my desk. I'm like, the Cavs just got Donovan Mitchell. Like, toss myself on mute on and then the first thing goes like, what did we give up? So obviously they lost Sexton, they lost Markkanen, 3 first-round picks, Ochai as well. I was over the moon. Who cares? Yeah. First-round picks in the NBA, if you're a quality team, they mean nothing. It was you would do that trade 7 out of 7 times. All we've heard since is that New York had a better package. So yeah, I'm so happy. Donovan Mitchell's a Cav, and It makes the Cavs legit in the East because the East is such a crapshoot. I mean, Brooklyn, who knows what they're going to be? Philly, they always find a way to crumble. Milwaukee's really good with Giannis, but yeah, we got a couple superstars now here in Cleveland now.
I don't think there's a team that is that much better.
No.
At least on paper, and I hate talking on paper in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Chris, do you agree?
Yeah, I mean, you've got Boston, you've got Milwaukee, and then we're right there, right after that, I think, the next tier, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the way you look at it, Nick?
Has to be, yeah. And everyone's going to look for, can Mitchell himself or can DG take that leap to become a Giannis, KD kind of, alien? It was funny when the All-Star game was here. They were talking about to win a championship, you need to have an alien on your roster. Richard Jefferson and Channing Frye were talking about this, and Kevin Durant is an alien. I think the Cavs still don't have that, but they have a bunch of superstars, and we've seen with the Heat, that could get you to a conference finals.
Yeah.
Now, what happened? Has anybody peeled back the onion to understand what exactly happened with New York and how New York didn't get that deal done?
Man, it just seems like there's something to be said in all of sports, but especially in the NBA to close deals. And we've seen Kobe Altman become elite at closing trades because the same thing happened with Jared Allen, where we just swooped in like a thief in the night for that James Harden deal.
He was a throw-in.
Yeah. Well, we gave up Dante Exum. Like, again, you would do that 10 out of 10 times.
Chris, you remember going to the Cavs game together and Dante Exum just lit it up, and we're like, wow, this is really sad.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Crazy. But yeah, I'm so happy that they got it done. And I think that's how it came to be. It was New York was just farting around, if it was the draft picks, if it was RJ Barrett. I think that's really where things fell apart. Was the Knicks went ahead and extended RJ Barrett on Monday. As the story goes, Kobe Altman was at Serena's match on Monday night and then called
closed
Utah on Tuesday morning and said, let's get this thing done.
So Nick, for like the mainstream Cavs fans out there, you look at this like on paper and you've got Darius Garland, small.
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell, small.
Yep.
Colin Sexton was small.
Yep.
How do you think Donovan will fit in to the team to replace Colin Sexton?
Yeah, I mean, their play styles are very similar, right? Donovan probably a better outside shooter, probably a little bit of a better defender too, because he is a bit bigger than Colin. You can now afford to have a small backcourt because Evan Mobley and Jared Allen are so damn long, and they're also mobile. They could move their feet. And I think that was a really underrated part of this move was getting rid of Lauri Markkanen. Because you have
come on.
Listen. I love Lauri offensively, but defensively, he was trying to chase around a small forward, and that just didn't ever work when he was trying to defend guys that were just more mobile than him. So now the Cavs could really lean into Mobley and Allen kind of defending out on the perimeter because they're more capable of that than Lauri was.
That's
how
true.
about Mitchell? How about Mitchell as a defender? I know when he came out, he was, thought of as a good defender, and now he's not looked at as a good defender. Where do you see him fitting in?
We'll see. Sometimes when guys switch teams, we see them kind of take it up a notch. And we've heard that now in the days following that, it was kind of like a Jarvis Landry situation where they sent him to Cleveland to die, kind of as a little bit of a punishment for wanting that trade out or whatever. So I think maybe defensively he'll take it a little bit more serious, but he's not going to wow you, especially compared to some of the guys we got on this roster, like Okoro, Lamar Stevens. Those are the good defenders on the roster.
feel like, Nick, we're missing just one small forward.
Yeah. For a team full of, we just had that John Fanta tweet up of, 21, 25. I got a good 40-year-old small forward just a ring away out there in La La Land, just waiting. He was at Ohio State this week.
Right. So he's locked up for 2 more years now because I think Bronny, that's when he's going to be going to some team,
and now you probably can't trade for him either.
So put together a package. So Kevin Love,
I don't know. I think in that world, Kevin Love,
we have no first round picks.
Yeah,
it's not happening.
Yeah, it's not happening.
It's not happening
unless he signs as a free agent. Because they did, Dave. They kept their 2024 draft pick. So what would have to happen is they use that 2024 draft pick on Bronny. And then LeBron would come. But LeBron has never said that.
So it's not happening for 2 years.
Right.
There's 0% chance.
Right. And LeBron has also never said that Bronny's first year they'll play together. He said LeBron has said his last year he'll play with Bronny.
Right.
So maybe Bronny's in the league another 2 years before LeBron.
He's on his second deal.
Yeah, you never do know. But that is all we know, is that the last team is what they'll be on. You want my conspiracy? I was listening to a podcast.
Oh,
here we really quick. I was listening to a podcast called The Basketball Illuminati, and they floated this. And this makes so much sense. LeBron said he wants to own a team. The league is expanding, and they want to expand to Seattle and Vegas.
As they should.
LeBron and Bronny are going to headline whatever the NBA Vegas team is, and that'll be LeBron's farewell for the NBA Las Vegas team with his son.
Really?
I think that's what it's going to be. He'll go into an ownership role right from that.
And own the Vegas team. Huh. And then if Bronny's not any good, he can just own it with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you I guess you can have your own son on a team that you own.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's all good.
Very interesting. Yeah. We shall see. We're 2 years away.
Yeah.
Can't wait. Are you far enough down that rabbit hole you've got a name for that Vegas team yet?
I don't know. I think that WNBA team has the aces locked up, right? So we can't go that. Yeah, okay. I don't know. To see Mitchell in Cleveland, though, this season is going to be really exciting. I went from, everyone went from like, man, can't wait for Cavs basketball to be back to like, man, the field house is going to be rocking.
Yeah, holy shit, we could go to the finals.
Yeah. The mojo definitely changed really, really fast. And that's all you want to see in sports, is your team be competitive and make those kind of big splashy moves.
Dude, I mean, think about this. We've got the Guardians going for the playoffs. They scored a run tonight, by the way. Two runs tonight. 2 runs for the Guardians.
Big time, Dave.
Yeah, Gardelange.
Get into the playoffs. But we've got them. Get them some momentum. They could be a playoff team.
Yep.
We've got the Cavs, and then we've got Jacoby Brissett.
Come on.
Let's go.
Ride with 7 for 11.
Whew, let's do it. All right, let's talk some Browns. Aaron Ladd tweeted this out. Cleveland Browns 0-15-1 in their last 16 season openers.
Shout out to Hugh Jackson and Josh Gordon for that one tie.
Yeah, right.
That felt good, didn't it?
No.
Chris, gut reaction for week 1. Do you care we're playing Baker? Do you think we're going to win? What are your thoughts going into this?
I think if you take my Cleveland fandom out of this thing, I think this should be a game that we walk in and we dominate, to be honest. Yes. I mean, really, because I don't even like the whole storyline of Baker playing Cleveland and being all jacked up, having his dumb, dopey T-shirts out there. I think he gets too jacked up. He starts throwing the ball high. We've talked about it enough on here, and I think that'll be his downfall. Now, you add in my Cleveland fandom, I start getting nervous about this game because, like you said, you look at the history. We're not good on opening day. We have a history of getting in our own way. We're not solidified at the quarterback position. We've got guys like Amari Cooper who we're going to be counting on, who we haven't seen much from. We're going to count on our running game doing a good job and haven't seen a whole lot of that running game really in the preseason. Now, I don't have any concerns that are keeping me up at night with Nick Chubb, but nonetheless, that line, you lose your starting center. We've seen in the past what happens when you lose a center on a line and how big that can be. We've plugged some holes, but still, those are the type of things that would keep me up at night thinking about this game. But generally on paper, I think we could have a solid afternoon, but you add in my fandom and I start getting real nervous here.
Last time the Browns went to open it on the road, Bill Belichick was the head coach.
No kidding.
Yeah, last time the Browns won a home opener road game, 1993.
So Hanford-Dixon. By the way, we haven't even talked about the Bernie Kosar show, which is debuting tomorrow. Craziness that this is all coming together. Yeah, round of applause. Gab, hit that yellow button on there. Oh, there we go.
What a week.
What a week. High five.
Jeez, oh man.
So we got the Bernie Kosar show.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll naturally die out.
Yeah.
Bernie, oh yeah, how you can grow. Yeah.
Classic.
Heck yeah. So the Bernie Kosar show debuting tomorrow live from Studio B here. That'll be a blast. But the reason I brought that up, Hanford-Dixon, bold hot take here, said there is 0% chance we lose to Baker Mayfield. He doesn't care what quarterback we have. He said you could put Bernie Kosar out there at 58. Doesn't matter. We are beating them. This team's too good. The Panthers are not good enough.
That's the clip we should have tweeted out. He was like, I'll go on record.
We'll talk about it tomorrow.
Hey, I'll say this, 80% of the public bets are on the Panthers minus 2.5. So America.
Wait, what did you say?
80% of public bets are on the Panthers minus 2.5. So America thinks that Baker is going to school us.
Yeah, it's a redemption game. It's like the chip of his shoulder of his career. It's just like perfect.
Who has more to play for, Baker or the Browns? Probably Baker.
Definitely Baker.
Yeah.
If he goes and lays an egg, that's going to get real brutal for that team. Sam Darnold talks start happening. It's Tim Couch versus Kelly Holcomb over again.
And what's crazy about that is Sam Darnold's hurt. Matt Corral is hurt. So it's probably like PJ Walker talks in Carolina, so it goes bad for them really quick.
I don't even know how you knew who PJ Walker was and why he was on that roster.
XFL legend PJ Walker. Put some respect on PJ.
Wow. All right, so what are our thoughts for this game? So obviously Jacoby Brissett looked we talked about it last week at the preseason. He looked slow, he didn't look that good. Who cares? It's preseason.
Yep.
Do you think we go run heavy in this game, or do you think Stefanski lets Jacoby Brissett air it out a couple of times?
I'll say this. I hope we go run heavy, Dave, because Jacoby Brissett, I know Stefanski thinks that he's this guy that can coach up Jacoby Brissett and that he has this miracle offense where these receivers are wide open and all we need to do is have Jacoby Brissett hit the open receivers. That's all we've heard all offseason. We know who Jacoby Brissett is. We saw him in the preseason. That is who Jacoby Brissett is. The Browns need to utilize throughout these first 11 weeks Nick Chubb the same way that the Tennessee Titans utilize Derrick Henry. It's time. It's
run him into the ground
to use Nick Chubb. You gave him the big contract. In business, we talk about it with Big Play all the time. There comes a time you got to get your return on investment. They paid him all the money. Use him and keep this season afloat throughout 11 weeks. I think they have to run the damn football if they want to win this game and if they want to win the 10 that follow it.
And the nice thing is you don't have to go full Derrick Henry.
No, because
you go Chubb and Hunt.
Yep.
And you run them into the
on
ground.
The field at the same time. And something that Stefanski floated, and I don't know why he did this, but I hope that he's telling the truth. Give us some Josh Dobbs packages.
Dobbs package.
I don't know.
Give us the Dobbs
Chris,
packages.
are you on board with this?
I am. Haven't seen that preseason game where they're ripping his shirt and he's running down the sidelines with just that one tag of shirt hanging out. Oh, man, that felt good.
Dave,
I'd love to see that.
I'm going to need another Labatt for this. Nick, do you mind grabbing me a Labatt real quick?
Let me get you on board with this.
All right.
So it worked for the Raiders last year. They would pull Derek Carr out of the game for Marcus Mariota and let him run around.
Sure.
It worked for the 49ers. They would take Jimmy G out and let Trey Lance, their young rookie.
All right.
The Browns are an analytically driven team that's supposed to follow all of these trends. You have a slow cement quarterback that's your starter.
Oh, I don't think he's slow and he's not as bad as you're saying.
He's pretty slow.
I watched him on a spin move when he was with the Colts, and he spun right out of some stuff against the Cleveland Browns for a touchdown.
True, but compared to Josh Dobbs, you got to let Dobbs, go out there and at least add some athleticism to the offense.
Let's just get Josh Cribbs. Let's just go full Wildcat. Why not? I don't know. That doesn't excite me.
That doesn't?
Not really.
You won't be out of your seat if it's like a close game. Browns maybe up by a touchdown. It seems like the drive's about to stall out. They put Josh Dobbs in and you runs for a first down.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, that's fine. Chris, your
tearaway shirt underneath this time. The whole shirt comes out. I can just see it. Sports Center top 10, number 1. Josh Dobbs, tearaway shirt.
He just gets like a quadruple X white t-shirt and just keeps going. He just runs 50 yards.
As the t-shirt's like stretched out.
Oh, God. All right, Chris, you're Kevin Stefanski. First play, first drive. What are you doing?
I'm throwing it to Amari Cooper. You know why? Because I got him on my fantasy team. We had our draft tonight, Dave. Got him late. Sleeper pick. I want to see a lot of Amari Cooper. Everybody else is calling for that running game, and I think that's the smart play. I want to see some Amari Cooper.
Yeah, I am with you. That brings another point. Over under. If I'm gonna set it now, you remember when we used to do all the Browns parlay stats? I'm gonna go Anthony Schwartz, and I'm gonna set the over under on catches at 2.5.
Under.
We're not going to do drops.
1.5.
Under.
Keep it a positive
Half.
here.
Under.
You're going under a
They're
half
not
catch?
gonna. Won't even have a target.
Really?
Won't even have a target. I think the Browns have to do everything in their power to keep him off the field, and I think they do that. They just signed Jesse James, so the tight ends are back.
I actually like Jesse James.
I do too.
Yeah.
The tight ends are back, so
He's
that's
gigantic.
That's how you keep Schwartz off the field, because you go tight ends as receivers, and then Cooper, David Bell,
that's it,
and DPJ, and then
yeah.
that's the end of seeing Schwartz play. So
wow.
I'd be surprised if they target him in an actual game that matters.
Okay, so I've got some
talk about
buddies.
this real quick. David Njoku. How big of a role are we going to see him? Is he going to step up this season? I mean, obviously, we gave him the money in the offseason. We're expecting something out of him. He's got athleticism off the board. I've been waiting for this guy to break out for a few years now. I think everybody has. Is this going to be the season where he's going to be, the guy? Or not?
I will say he showed signs last year.
He did.
In a horrible year. I mean, he was our best wide receiver.
Yeah.
Which is really sad. But I think he's going to make a gigantic step this year.
And you mentioned the Jacoby Brissett Colts years. I mean, he made Jack Doyle a legitimate tight end.
Yeah,
and
he
then
loves him.
The Deshaun Watson years too in Houston. I mean, he was going to our old guy Darren Fells all the time. That was like his top receiver in Houston. So yeah, if there was ever a year for a David Njoku breakout season, it would be this. And Harrison Bryant's going to have probably a little bit of a bigger role too, with just how much Stefanski uses the tight ends.
Yeah, so Stefanski's finally going to get to run his system.
Yeah.
Brissett knows how to do it, knows how to throw to tight ends. Hopefully won't sail it over them like Baker did, where we would watch Hooper fall down and the ball go flying out of the end zone.
What if Njoku starts falling down?
The memes will never end. The memes will never end.
Man.
Yeah, I don't know. But so I've got a couple buddies who hate Stefanski.
Okay.
And
it's a growing crowd.
They hate the play calling.
Yep.
That they hate his whole system. They don't think it can work. Do you think with an accurate quarterback, and you've got Brissett who kind of knows how to run this, do you think that this is going to work?
Well, I think it could. I think your friend
ask you in a week.
Ask me in a week. Your friends are right, because we haven't seen it work. And the way that the NFL is going, we see all these blue chip wide receivers that matter. Look at what Jamar Chase just did last year in Cincinnati, what Justin Jefferson is going to do this year in Minnesota. All the investment is in these wide receivers now. The Browns have Amari Cooper, who's creeping up on 30 years old as their lead wide receiver, and a bunch of tight ends.
Is he 28?
Yeah, I think he's 29 now.
Is he?
So it's like, I mean, they're trying something new. Like you said, the system. If the Browns look bad, that your friend group is going to become the majority really, really fast, because people turned on Baker. The bad man is gone. Guess who's the remaining, and who won? He won the battle, but now can he win the war in Kevin Stefanski?
Yeah, so Chris, I guess that begs the question: if this gets ugly, who is Brown's Twitter going to attack?
Stefanski.
You think it's Kevin?
It's Kevin. If it gets ugly, they go after Stefanski. I'm calling it right now. They will turn on Stefanski so fast.
Well, it depends on which part goes badly, though. If you're talking about early season, it goes badly, or late season with Deshaun Watson, it goes badly.
Right.
You got two different tales there. So
that is
I
true.
mean, eventually the fans will turn on ownership, and they're right there.
We've already turned on the season. we're like, it's
so
over.
Jaded. Yeah. Who are people blaming on Twitter?
Who are we going to draft in the second round next year?
Yeah.
No, we're not going there. Let's stick with week one. I'm pumped for this. And if you play fantasy football and you had pick one or two, you probably took him. Christian McCaffrey versus our athletic defensive tackles, defensive ends. Myles Garrett trying to chase Christian McCaffrey. How do you think this is going to go? Who's going to have a better day, Nick Chubb or Christian McCaffrey?
I think Nick Chubb, because Christian McCaffrey, is like a check down machine. And And that's something we saw Baker struggle with, man. I have Christian McCaffrey on my fantasy team, but I'm just speaking objectively. Baker struggled to throw the check down. It was one of his biggest flaws was he would sail him over Kareem Hunt's head all the time. So I think I got to see it first before I start believing that Christian McCaffrey could be legit and run away. I think JOK could have a big day because he's going to be one of those guys that's going to lock in on McCaffrey.
That's the dude to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, he's all over the place, and that's the guy to do it against is Christian McCaffrey, especially if he's healthy.
So, Chris, our defense progressively got better throughout last year. How do you think they're going to fare against kind of, McCaffrey running all over the place, Baker sailing balls over the wide receivers? How do you feel this unit's going to start this year? Because I feel like we've never really started all that well.
No, and one of the things I'm going to be looking for, and it's going to be, it's a hallmark of a lot of these teams that do have good defenses, or at least defenses that can make plays, is getting turnovers. I would like to see this be a defense that can get some turnovers because that just stops momentum. That changes everything in the NFL. I mean, that's no secret, but it's something that it doesn't seem like we could consistently do that in the past. And right now, I think is the time for this defense to take that next step. They're going to have to create some turnovers and really change some ball games. And I think this defense, looking at the personnel that we've got, has the potential to do that. You got Ward, you got Newsome, the corners. I like that set. Yep. I like our ends. The center of the defensive line, there's still some question marks there, the linebackers, but that stuff can be bridged by creating some turnovers. So that's going to be my call for this defense.
I like that. Emerson in preseason, I thought looked pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
How do you think that dynamic works out, that depth chart for cornerback?
Yeah, I think we see them a little bit. I mean, they're so deep that they could do whatever the hell they want. And I really like that because Joe Woods, being a former defensive backs coach, if there's anybody that it's going to know how to deploy those guys, it's him. I think we'll see a little bit of Newsome in the slot. I really do.
Okay. Greedy Williams, go big or go home.
I hope. I mean, it's kind of a contract year for him. So,
yeah, he's got to do something.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
I pull for Greedy.
Yeah.
I hope he does well.
All right. We went a little bit without talking kicker. It's time to talk kicker. The Browns are down by 2, Chris, in this game. 1 minute left. What yard line do the Browns need to be at for you to feel extra confident?
Oh, man.
Our buddy, Cade York, will hit the game winner.
My jersey came in, by the way.
Yes.
Down by 2. And what did the odds makers say? 2.5? It's always amazing how close they can be.
Yeah, right.
2.5.
Just get us to the 50, man. Get us to the 50. That's all he needs, right?
7? Is that 67 yards from the 50? With 6'10"?
Yeah, you always had 17, right?
Oh no, screw that. I need to be at the 40.
Can you imagine if he hit a game winner week 1
that broke the record
yards?
Man, I would be a fool on Twitter.
Just get us to the 50. We'll be fine. No problem.
Get us to the 50.
Yeah, I know. I want to have a unique jersey week 1. So if he does that, I feel like I'm going to see a lot of number 3 jerseys.
A lot of custom jerseys out there on Cleveland Browns.
I know. The Browns got to get that up there.
They will if he hits a 67-yard field goal. All right, game predictions for this one. Week 1.
Go ahead, Chris.
Give me Cleveland Browns 24, Carolina 21.
I'm going to go Browns 10, Panthers 6.
Wow.
Yep.
That's an old school Carolina Cleveland game right there.
The
played
nerve,
in December on the lakefront.
There's going to be nerves for the Browns in Carolina, I think. I think there's going to be nerves for Baker. I think that he's going to get rattled early by Myles Garrett, Jadeveon Clowney. I think it's going to be a very low-scoring game. Like I consider this kind of like a Super Bowl game where you always bet the under in a Super Bowl game because there's those nerves. I feel like it's going to be very similar to that. 10-6 Browns.
I got Browns 17-12.
Oh,
okay. So you're not that much different than me.
No, yeah, you convinced me. Yeah, defensive struggle. Myles Garrett has a big day.
How are the Panthers getting to 12? All field goals?
2 missed extra points.
Come on.
Is this going to be watchable football that you guys are describing here? Like,
No.
is this going to be an
Terrible.
NFL game or?
I do think that even if the Browns win this one, we're on Twitter after let's never speak of this game. let's never speak of this game ever again. I think it's gonna be that kind of game.
It would be like the OSU game versus Notre Dame.
Fine.
Yeah, just come out with a win. Hey, because if they lose, I'm not even gonna do this show next week. It's gonna suck so bad. I mean, could you imagine, especially when you look at this schedule? Man, these first 4 weeks, they have to start off fast.
You got to win 3.
You have Baker week 1, possibly Joe Flacco's Jets week 2 because Zach Wilson is hurt. The Steelers and Menor Mitch week 3.
Yep.
Week 4, Marcus Mariota's Atlanta Falcons. You got to do something in those first 4 weeks to give the fans any sort of hope. Could you imagine if they're 1-3?
If you're not,
season's over.
If you're not 3 out of those 4,
Oh, Dave.
That's bad.
I know. I hate doing the schedule game so early, but yeah.
Talking about a team that we love that hasn't won an opener in like 9 decades.
And we all picked them to win. All right.
We shall see.
Go Browns, hopefully.
Go Browns, hopefully. We'll see you on Twitter for week 1.
Yep.
It's going to be a doozy. All right, we had some documentaries come out. Manti Te'o, we were talking about that. I think we've all watched it now. Gab, I think you watched it as well.
Yes.
We've got Netflix teasing another one. I believe it's the same Untold series. They did Malice in the Palace. They did a bunch of other ones. They're really, really good. Johnny Manziel, Billy Vegas, getting his own documentary on Netflix.
I'm way more fired up for this than you guys are.
I don't really care about it. Like, all I really cared about was the Billy Vegas story. That's really it. The rest, the Swan, whatever, all of that crap, I just did not really care about.
And
Chris,
Joe Thomas kind of already tell the Billy Vegas story.
He did, yeah. So no one had it. Tomahawk podcast, Joe Thomas and Andrew Hawkins had him on, and he talked about the Billy Vegas story. I don't know how much more, unless there's a lot more. I mean, it's called Untold. We were talking about that. They have to have some stuff we don't know about.
I don't think it's going to be as compelling as the Manti Te'o one.
I agree. I think they get into probably a lot of his A&M stuff, and like the making of Johnny, the almost 2-time Heisman, and all that stuff.
Fall from grace.
Yeah, I think they make it like that. I think we'll have, like, if it is a 2-episoder, kind of like the Manti Te'o, where we'll have just the glory of what was Johnny Manziel, and then in episode 2, probably like the downfall, the Mike Pettin, the Kyle Shanahan. He's not our quarterback until he's our quarterback.
Yeah.
Are we going to give him the sympathetic character makeover? Is that the treatment here?
No, I don't think so.
I think nationally, maybe.
No,
nationally it might play. It won't play in Cleveland.
I don't think so. He's not getting
this
the
guy was given chance after chance after chance in Cleveland and beyond, and continued to just piss it away. I hope they do not give him the sympathetic character treatment in this thing. There are some people who deserve it, and there are other people who just do not.
It's like if they did a Josh Rosen 30 for 30 like 10 years from now, like, no one's going to be really sympathetic. I don't know.
He's on our practice squad.
Whenever they announce that thing coming out, I'm marking my calendar. I got that Johnny is going to be appointment viewing.
Right. Gab, prediction for the game?
Score?
Yeah.
Score. Whatever. Pain.
14-10 Browns. I have to say
Browns.
We're all hammering
the
under.
Low. Very interesting. What is the over?
I don't know. I'll pull it up.
Pull that up.
It can't be that high. Also, like, especially week 1, especially in this game, but week 1s in general, the under is usually the play, just because it's just usually a mess.
Right. Like, everybody's nerves and just
and now without that last preseason game, we've been without NFL for like a week.
Yeah, that is true.
It's oh my god,
shifting around.
This over under is at 41.5.
Oh, that's really low.
It's really low.
That is
really low. Yeah.
Oof.
That almost makes you think, like, man, maybe just bet the over 41.5.
Yeah.
They think it's going to be like a high school game.
It might be. All right.
Actually, most high school games are higher than that. I would know.
Yes. Consult the sheet.
The Sharp.
Oh my God!
The
All
high
right,
school Sharp.
2 more over-unders, Chris.
Nice
Myles Garrett, 1.5 sacks in this game.
Pound
Over-under.
that over. Let's go.
Yep.
All right, and then Nick Chubb, 96.5 rushing yards.
Ooh,
If the Browns want to win,
that's
it
high.
has to go over.
That's high.
I just see with the two-headed monster back there, and you maybe mix in Dearness a little bit. That
Over.
maybe we have a great running day, and he still doesn't make it to 100. So I'm going to say under on that one. I'm gonna throw out an under.
Yeah, hopefully a lot of cream for my fantasy team if we want to keep talking
Josh
about that.
Dobbs rushing. Over, under,
Half yard?
10.5 yards.
Under.
Give me the over. Let's go.
You have this package. He's not going to get 11 yards in
I
your
mean,
package?
I think we see him once at the goal line for a 5-yard run,
All right.
and it's a touchdown.
Take that.
Yep.
We'll
The
take
strip
that.
torn,
The only
strip
thing that
torn
can
out
stop
of
it.
his shirt. Under
Yep.
under 5 foot.
Over.
All right, let's move on to our last segment. It is time for Stump the Flog.
Oh boy.
Gab, if you could hit the I think it's the red top left.
Yeah.
And I don't know what we're doing.
Is there a video for it?
I don't think so. And so if you haven't seen Stump the Flog, this is where we ask a question. Nick and Chris go back and forth to see who can answer the most. And whoever gets stopped loses, and the other is the winner. Let me see what the question is today.
When you pull it up, you have to tell me my chances too.
Yeah. So typically, if it's an older one, I give the advantage to Chris. If it's, Browns 2020 and I'm beyond, I give it to you.
Well, yeah. I mean, I feel like I could hang from like 2012 and
All right.
probably 2000.
All right, here we go. It is Jacoby Brissett
What?
will be the 19th. Oh, okay. Different quarterback to start a season opener for the Browns
Oh, a season opener.
since Cleveland released Bernie Kosar in 93. Name the other 18
To start openers.
to start openers.
Okay. I like it.
All right, Gab, go ahead and put Nick and Chris on the board here. You can put me in the background.
Hang on.
Here.
Hang on. Nope.
Oh,
just
no,
kidding.
that's all right. You had a perfect show going and I ruined it.
No.
Hang
Hang on. I'm just gonna have
There we
we
go.
go.
There we go.
this.
All right, there they
Alrighty.
are.
Alrighty. How many did you say there were? 19?
There are 19. 19. And to start a season
All right.
opener.
All right.
I believe who won last time? Did you tie? Or did someone win?
I think I won.
you won.
I think
think
one.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Oh,
were
was
doing
that
running
running
backs.
backs?
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
doing running backs.
Terrence West.
Yeah, Terrence West. I was sure that was going to be wrong. Because I never thought West did it. I thought he was always the backup to Corral, but
Yep.
he was literally the only other Browns running back I could think of other than Duke Johnson, and I knew it wasn't him.
All right, Nick. So do you want to go first or would you like to defer?
Yeah, give me the ball. I'm going. I'll start first. Let's go number one. Let's go with the easy one. Tim Couch.
Correct.
Was he the first one though? Wasn't it Ty Detmer?
Oh, he.
Correct. Look at he's schooling you. That was a power move by
Yeah,
Chris.
that was a power move.
Letting you know you were stupid and he's going to beat you.
All right, I guess I'll go more recently with Baker Mayfield.
Correct.
Let's go with Johnny Manziel.
Johnny Football Billy
Yep, he
Vegas.
did. All right, I'll stay in that same era with Iggy alum Brian Hoyer.
Hoya.
7-4, baby.
Love-
7-4.
Love Hoyer.
Oh man.
No, wait, hold on here. Hold on.
Wait,
yeah.
did we already screw one up?
Where's Johnny?
Did Johnny
start a
never
season
start it?
opener? He never started a
Started in a-
season opener.
What?
What?
Johnny
because it was
never
always
started
started
a
a
season
season
opener. He
opener.
took over for Hoyer, and then he never made it to the next season.
Oh my God! Stop.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
a quick and easy stump the floor.
Okay, Gab,
Good.
just go ahead and edit that out because we're gonna rewind because I want to keep playing.
All right,
this.
yeah, we'll
Yeah,
keep
yeah,
playing.
yeah.
We'll keep playing, but that's a dub. I'm
All right.
counting that as a
So,
dub.
so back to no
Wow.
Johnny football.
Ball.
Never started a season opener.
All right, I'll
for
give you the inverse of that one for this. Charlie Fry started the opener and
Right.
then got traded right after that to the Raiders.
That's right.
How about this one? A guy that didn't play that much, Tyrod Taylor.
Still in the league.
True. Yep.
Yep.
2018. He actually
Brady
he was the one who tied. He was the only tie of
Yeah.
the season opener.
Yep.
21-21
Yep,
Pittsburgh.
the Josh Gordon game.
Brady Quinn, the pride of Notre Dame. Go Buckeyes.
2009. Correct.
How about this one? I can't believe he hasn't come up yet. Colt McCoy.
Colt McCoy. 2011.
I
Yep.
wish I had the wedding song ready.
His dad still hates us. I still have the book.
His
I got to
dad
bring that
still
out to the new Studio B, Chris. I've got the book in the Studio A. I got to bring that out here.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Colt McCoy. Correct.
Derek Anderson,
Agent DA.
DA, baby.
the Pro
that-
Bowler.
Was that, what was our coach's name? He didn't even make it a calendar year. Judd.
Yeah,
Judd
Jasinski, yeah.
Zinski.
Yeah,
Yep.
Phil's told that story. He got fired on the bus ride on the way back from Pittsburgh. Phil woke up from a nap to a notification on his phone that the coach was fired on the bus.
Ooh,
Isn't that crazy?
Tough.
Yeah.
DA
Shout out
2008.
Shud. Yep.
That is
Agent
correct.
DA.
All right, Nick.
Who else? Season openers. Man, Wells kind of running dry for me. at
Oh, there's a
least.
ton.
There's so many.
I can give you a hint.
I said,
Oh, Gab's got one.
okay.
Because we don't have it in the show notes, Gab. You this is
Yeah.
off the fly.
Brandon Whedon.
Okay. Yeah, there's one. All right. I used my phone a friend for Brandon Whedon.
Yep. Stuck.
Yep.
He's still stuck under a flag.
God, I wish I forgot about that.
Brandon
Somebody say
Whedon.
Jeff Garcia.
Oh, there you
there's
go.
one.
All
Yeah,
right.
Jeff Garcia.
He got a W, right?
He did not. I don't believe.
thought Jeff
Oh no, he
Garcia
did. He
got
did. Yeah, it was 20-3. He won. Yep. That was
Yeah.
Baltimore.
Jeff Garcia.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Yes. I think I was at the mall that day because my dad was like, "Oh, there's no." My dad was like, "There's no way we win this." And we get in the car and Jim Donovan is like just on fire.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Nick. Back to you.
I'm really blanking on this one for some reason. I feel like because I blur out all the. Oh, how about this one? Josh McCown.
Yes. So I was about to give you a,
Yeah.
a hint. I was going to say helicopter.
Yeah. Josh McCown. There's
Yep.
one.
Chris, back to you.
Oh, I got another one.
There's a
too.
ton more.
Yeah.
You guys, you're
Yeah,
gonna keep going down
I'm
the
coming
list
back.
here.
Yeah.
How about under Tommy Bahama, Seneca Wallace? Did he start a season for us?
I don't know
think
that he did.
started.
He started a couple preseason
That was
games.
Holmgren's boy.
Yeah, Tommy Bahama, Mike Holmgren.
Never started an opener.
Deshaun Kaiser sure as hell started an
Oh,
opener.
he sure did.
Yep.
Did he win that one? I can't remember.
Oh,
no, I don't.
he did not. No, he didn't. It was a shellacking.
Did we go Kelly Holcomb?
We did not, but that is correct.
Yeah, Kelly Holcomb. Damn.
2002 and 2003.
Hmm.
You need a hint?
Yeah, I could
Gab,
use
can
a
you
hint.
think of any?
Because Luke McCown never started in a.
I know I'm missing some.
Luke McCown never
Luke
started open.
Tears of McCown.
This was a trade that people in Cleveland were excited for. He was an older guy, but he, I believe, went to the Pro Bowl the year before or the year thereafter, or no, maybe 2 years before. Think week one.
I'm thinking all the week ones.
No,
man.
think this week one.
Jacoby?
No.
I'm like, what?
Nope. But think Carolina Panthers, Chris.
Oh.
Traded for him. Or we might have actually signed him as a free agent.
Jake Delhomme.
Jake
Jake
Delhomme.
Delhomme.
That's right. Jake Delhomme.
People were, yeah.
People were
I
pumped.
forgot
for
about it.
Jesus.
Wow, that one was wedged in there.
He could be our bridge quarterback.
Right. God.
How did the Browns never end up with some of the guys like Fitzpatrick, Teddy Bridgewater,
Yeah. Well, Tyrod Taylor.
Tyrod Taylor?
He was
yeah.
our bridge quarterback
Yeah.
until the bridge just freaking collapsed. Chris, I
The
feel like
bridge
you would
burnt
have gotten
down.
this one.
Trent Dilfer.
What?
That one.
Yeah, Trent Dilfer, 2005.
Didn't he win? Did he win? Did he win?
He
an
did
opener?
not win. No, the only opener was Garcia, 20-3, Baltimore. Tyrod Taylor tied against Pittsburgh, 21-21.
Why do I feel like Connor Shaw started an opener? I know that he didn't because he was a third string quarterback, but
no, he did maybe like in my Madden team.
yeah,
because he had speed.
I know. I feel like yeah.
Let's see. We're missing one.
I feel like we got the big ones, right? We've had to have.
We're only missing 2.
Wait. Oh.
Chris, probably one of the best Browns quarterbacks we've ever had.
Bernie Kosar.
No.
Oh.
Since Bernie Kosar, Chris. Since Bernie.
Well, I
Brian
said Derek Anderson already.
Oh, Brian Sipe.
That was
good guess, but that was pre-Bernie.
Mm. Yeah, that's true.
Chris.
How about Vinny Testaverde?
There it is.
Oh, there it is.
94,
Wow.
95. Vinny Testaverde.
That's a good
Also
one.
colorblind. Vinny Testaverde was.
No kidding. I didn't know that.
That's the truth.
Look at that nugget.
Then he went on to the Jets and had some good career years. Then
Did
Remember
he
Vinny
headbutt-
and
did he headbutt after a touchdown the wall and get a concussion? Was that him?
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
I
that
think
was
he-
what's his face for the Broncos. I thought was that Plummer. I don't remember.
I don't know. I don't know.
We have to Google it.
Last one.
Give us a year.
I'll give you a clue. You want a year? I'll give you a clue and a year.
All right.
The year was 2016. The Cavs.
Gus Farrat. Gus Farrat
Wow.
That's who
headbutted
it
the
was?
wall. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why I thought that was Testaverde.
No,
2016
was a pretty smart guy.
Cavs
Who the hell?
championship. Who was our starting quarterback?
That was when
wait,
LeBron. That was LeBron said, "I never went 0-16 in anything ever."
I'll give you a clue. Outside of the year, multiple first rounders were given up for him. We didn't give him up, but multiple were given up for him.
Wow, 2016, and I can't think
Yeah,
of
how
it.
does no one? I can't.
It
think
was
of
the
either.
quarterback that got us Myles Garrett. Then
He's on TV.
the quarterback that
Brady
got us.
Quinn?
No, we
No.
already got him. The quarterback that got us Myles Garrett. We were 1-15. The Pierogi Prince of Parma game. He blocked that kick.
Give us the first letter.
Wow, I'm so befuddled.
You're
that
gonna
I
kick
cannot
yourself.
Think of
You're
this.
gonna kick
I'm,
yourself.
I'm,
I'm
I'm
bothered.
already mad.
I'm bothered.
I remember I rode on an airplane with him while he was the quarterback, and people were like thanking him for his service because it was just like such a bad time. Here's your other clue. The team that he was drafted, or the team.
RG3.
There
RG3.
it is.
Yes.
There it is.
RG3 was the last one.
RG3.
What?
Man, I was
I
just
just
talking
saw him
about
on TV. Yeah, he was on TV on Saturday.
Yep. RG3.
Man, they threw him in that playoff game with half of a knee.
Yeah, and he was good.
Yep.
He was very good.
Yep.
When you
I don't
started
remember
saying
him
he was beat up,
I remember him.
That's
a couple of seasons. Yeah. I remember him just on crutches.
Yeah.
On the sideline.
Oof.
Man, that was a tough stump to flog because there's all these quarterbacks, but who actually started an opener is
Right.
what makes it tough. Yeah. It's a good one.
We've had a lot of them. We're going to have a lot more.
How about does Terrell Pryor technically count? Because he started a game even though he wasn't the quarterback.
Yeah. God, he was a good wide receiver.
was.
for
He
us.
was
He
good.
was.
Remember that? Like that was the hot debate. Like, should the Browns extend Pryor?
We should have. We should have.
He might be one of the best wide receivers on the team today.
He might be. He might be. Don't discount Amari Cooper. All right, we've got week 1 coming up. That's a wrap. Nick, would you like to take us out?
Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching another episode of Big Play Reflog. Go Browns. Go win my Amari Cooper autographed jersey on my Twitter. Go follow me. Go follow TSE Cleveland. Go check out all their great stuff over at TSE Cleveland. Huge shout out to Labatt, as always. Huge shout out to Shaq News. Go read some gaming reviews. Shout out to GV. We will see you guys next Monday night. We'll recap this Panthers game. We'll get you guys ready for the home opener against the New York Jets. We'll see you then. Peace.
Let's go, Browns.
Go Browns.
Yeah, dude.
It's time! Streaming live from Cleveland, Ohio! Presenting the undefeated, undisputed heavyweight podcast of the world!
the Big Play Reflog Show.